our barbecue rib ragu with coleslaw. The thing that I love about this recipe is it's great for beginner cooks. In fact, I started cooking when I was 9 years old. My mom had a full-time job, and many times I would get home from school and there would be instructions on the countertop for things that were capable for me to do, get in the oven, get a jump start on dinner for her, and this is definitely one of those recipes that you can do in your own kitchen with your own mom, no matter really how old you are, because there's no cutting involved. So the first thing I have done is I've got about 3 and a little better pounds of boneless ribs. They're pork, boneless country ribs, and I have coated them in my bag with my version of a Memphis rub. There's lots of recipes online for this, and I like to do mine in a jar, and I can shake it up, and it's an easy way to just keep it in my pantry. So I've coated these. They've been on there for about, I would say 30 minutes. And to my pan that I can cover, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of beef broth. And that's just going to keep the bottom moist so that the ribs don't stick to the bottom of the pan. And it really is like the old shake and bake commercials. And so I will put these in there. And I like to add some onions, and this is where, you know, Mom can help with cutting skills. Really important that if you're cutting and you're not experienced with that you have some supervision if you're younger. And I'm just going to cover these up. These are sweet onions. I've got my oven preheating to 325. I'm going to add a little bit of my favorite barbecue sauce and just eye it, drizzle it over the top, kind of go like in a zigzag like that. And you can see how it looks. It's just however you do it. Put the cover on, stick it in my 325 oven, and it's going to slow cook, low and slow, to keep all that flavor in for about 2 to 2.5 hours. So now it's time to make our slaw. And inside my bowl, you will see the cabbage, carrots, purple onion, and celery that I cut using my food processor. And you could do this by hand if you really want to go the easy way. I know the grocery store that I shop at has already pre-made bags of slaw. My oven is preheated, and it's an easy way. You just open up a bag and you already have the base to your salad mix. In fact, sometimes you can find a broccoli slaw, which is a really great way to get some broccoli into your diet. But as I said, I have my vegetables in here, and I'm going to take 1/2 cup of sugar and coat all these and mix them up. The sugar with the vegetables is going to help coat the vegetables. We're going to be cooking a vinegar dressing. And so this is going to give that nice little retention of crispiness, and also kind of coat it when that hot dressing hits our slaw and help marinate it. So now that that's done, let's get working on our hot dressing. I'm going to do this on a medium heat. And I have 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar. I like using apple cider rather than white vinegar because it adds a sweet tanginess that the white vinegar just doesn't offer. If you've never worked with apple cider vinegar, I highly recommend it. So to this vinegar, I'm going to add about 1/3 cup of any kind of vegetable oil. I'm actually using canola oil. It's a little healthier. And to this, I'm adding my spices. It's not real hard. 2 teaspoons of dry mustard, 2 teaspoons of salt, and so our rib ragu is almost ready to come out of the oven. It's been slow cooking for a couple hours, and so we're going to work on grilling our tortillas and also making our vegetarian option for those of you who have vegetarians in your family like our house does. So I have my skillet. Very hot, actually. I probably need to turn it down just a little bit. I'm going to add enough oil on the bottom just to coat it. And if you look at that that shows you that that oil is hot. In fact, it's starting to smoke. So we're going to put on the fan. Don't forget, whenever you work with cast iron skillet, you need to have that top holder. So I'm going to coat the bottom, and I'm going to add in my peppers and my onions first. There's going to be a sizzle. And to that, I'm going to add that same Memphis rub that I used on the ribs. It's going to add a nice little bit of heat to my vegetables. Shake this around a little bit. Keep in mind, this is going to cook really fast, but it'll still have that crunch that'll taste great against the softness of the tortilla. This is mole sauce. You can make it by scratch, but considering it has about 24 ingredients, I don't know very many people who would. You can purchase them in your ethnic aisle at the store you're at. This is going to add a little chocolate flavoring, which is a wonderful addition when you have heat. And where did my spin go? We'll use this one. So I'm going to take this, it's going to melt in. And if you look, you can see that this is slowly going to start to dissolve and coat these vegetables and turn into a sauce, which is going to be a great flavor with the grill flavor of our tortillas. These have cooked just long enough now that I'm going to add my summer vegetables. I cubed up in some nice hearty chunks, some yellow squash and zucchini. Also going to coat these with a little bit more, just to make sure each of those layers of flavors are being built with each ingredient. And give this a little stir, get some of that great mole sauce on the zucchini. And we can let this sit now a little bit while all these flavors blend together. And we are going to go on to giving a nice grill to our tortillas. I love my grill pan. It is a wonderful addition to my pots and pans. I didn't get one, until a few years ago. I don't remember exactly how long I've had it, but I use it all the time. And I chose to get a multi-grain flour tortilla. It's always great to be able to get those extra vitamins. Well, we're making great progress on getting these fabulous grill marks on our flour tortillas. And it looks like our veggies, look at the colors. Can you believe how rich and luscious that looks? Don't you just want to eat it up? And fork tender, I actually took some off to the side because it would be very hot to eat from that pan. And let's see if our flavors are blending together the way we want them to. Still a little hot. There's a softness to the crunch. It's almost like an al dente texture to it, but oh yeah, this is good. This is really good. We're about ready to flip this over. I'm going to turn the heat off on here, and that's the kind of grill marks we're looking for. So you know what? It is almost time to eat. We just need to break up our rib ragu, and that'll be ready with our coleslaw. Let's take a look at our pork ribs. Don't they look delicious? Those onions are all soft and caramelized. You can see this beautiful sauce that the drippings with the pork did. So now we're just going to take 2 forks and pull them apart. Oh, look at that. So tender. And now this moist pork is going to soak up all of these juices. It's going to make a fabulous ragu. It is time to assemble our tacos. I cannot wait. So I'm going to make one of each, and obviously it's a preference. So let's start out with a little bit of, can you see this? Look how great that pulled pork ragu is. It's got all the moisture, all of those flavors have mixed together. It's just really good. And because I would love to have that cheese melt a little bit, of course, with the taco without some cheese. And let's get that sweet crunch of the coleslaw. It's really going to balance out the heat of this taco. And one more, have to try the vegetarian. We get so much protein in our diet normally that it is perfectly great to have vegetarian meals several nights a week, probably. And you can see how this mole sauce is just coating all of those vegetable pieces. I think I'm going to try this one first. It looks so good. So I'm going to kind of try and keep it from drizzling down my hand. Make a little pocket. I love the contrast of the firmness of the shell with the softness of the vegetables inside. And you can really taste that mole. Oh, that one is good. Now let's try this one. Can't wait. Oh wow, the barbecue and the coleslaw, they are a perfect match. A little bit of that melted cheese. This one is fabulous. And of course, wash it all down with some nice cold lemonade. This is Mom's Kitchen. See you next week.